On today's video, I'm going to be taking you on a driving tour of the new community Malabar Hill in Prosper, Texas. This neighborhood features large lots, newer construction homes, and a quiet setting tucked away in a growing part of Prosper. I'll talk about what this neighborhood has to offer, the HOA and associated fees, where it's located, and what the future development looks like for this area. Plus, I'll break down the pros and cons and help you decide whether buying in Malabar Hill is the right move for you.
So that makes sense.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video today. You join me over here in Prosper, Texas at the new construction community Malabar Hill, over here just off Custer Road and 380 Highway. It is right next to Walnut Grove High School, just off First Street, so in a good location to be able to hop onto 380, get out to the Dallas North Tollway. It's more on the east side of Prosper, so almost bordering along McKinney, Texas. We're gonna be jumping into this one today, going through a driving tour, talking about what this neighborhood has to offer. I'm not really familiar with this builder, so if anyone has worked with this builder, maybe a real estate agent watching this video, maybe you're a home buyer that has bought with Samir Homes, they're new to me, but I figured I'd come out here, show you guys this new construction community. They're offering big size lots, good square footage homes. I'll get into the pros and cons. We'll go over this one, show you guys the curb appeal of these homes, just that way you can get a better idea on what about $1 million will buy you over here in this side of Prosper, Texas, because that's about the price point that these homes are looking like. 800,000 up to 1.2, maybe a little bit more than that as well. For this neighborhood, it is zoned for Collin County. The tax rate in here is going to be at that 1.99%. You're going to be paying the City of Prosper tax, Collin County tax, Collin College, and Prosper ISD. Good thing with this community is that there is no mud or no PID. And there's also no amenity center, so I would be a little annoyed if you were having to pay a PID or a MUD or some other type of extra fee within this neighborhood. The HOA in here is relatively cheaper. It's $1,000 annually. It would suck if you were paying like $1,500, $2,000 annually and you're not getting an amenity center or anything like that. So we'll get into the cons here, but just know that if you're looking for amenities and all that type of stuff within a community, this one is not gonna offer it. For Samir Homes, the lot sizes in here, they're gonna be doing from 76-foot lots to 85-foot lots with about 130 depths on them. So you're getting around that 10,000 square foot mark. And I would say that the majority of lots in here are pretty symmetrical and are pretty squared. There's not like weird pie-shaped lots. Everything seems to have pretty good symmetry in here. It's just kind of rows of houses. It's a little monotonous. It's kind of a small community, but you are getting that bigger lot size and bigger square footage home. For the actives right now, I just pulled some off the MLS. On the low end, there's a 2025 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,545 square feet, priced at $849,000 at $239 per square foot. And then on the high end, there is a 2025 6-bed, 4-bath, 2 half-baths, 4,638 square feet, priced at $999,000 at $215 per square foot. Closed last year, there's been one home I could pull from the MLS that has been closed. It just closed recently. That was a 2025 6-bed, 4-bath, 2 half-bath, 4,638 square feet, listed at $1,199,000 and closed at $1 million at $215 per square foot. So you can see on there the closings, just pulling out one. As you can see from driving around the neighborhood, there's not a whole bunch of homes built in here, so there's not a lot of data to pull from. But if you are looking at price ranges, just know they potentially could come off like 100 to 150K. I feel like over on this side of town where this builder is priced at, if I had to kind of compare it with another builder, just from first impression, I would say that this kind of reminds me of like a First Texas home. And most of the times, my buyers that are buying a First Texas home don't really care about the quality of the build. They care more about how many bedrooms, how big the lot size is, how big the backyard is, things like that they care more about rather than kind of the finishes, upgrades, and things like that. Now, I haven't walked into any of these Samir homes, so hopefully over this next year, I can kind of walk into more. They don't have a bunch of products out here in Prosper, Texas. It looks like they mainly build around South Dallas, maybe Midlothian, Waxahachie. When I was doing some research on them, seems like they're building more out in those areas, and maybe they're moving more towards North Texas right now. So this is kind of a new builder for the North Texas area. And if you go on their website, they've got no floor plans to kind of pull from, so that was a bit annoying for me. I think for a builder that's pricing out homes at $1.2 million, I would expect a little bit more on their website, just as a buyer to feel a little bit more safe. When you're choosing the builder, you know, you want to see all their marketing and all the options and all the plans. So I feel like their website could have been a little bit better to kind of look at and see what you can kind of do and what options there are. School district in here is going to be Prosper ISD. The zoning is going to be Cockrell Elementary, Rogers Middle School, and Walnut Grove High School. The amenities throughout the community, it's going to be bleak. You're really not going to have anything. You're going to have one little kind of patch of grass to kind of walk down. Walking trails are non-existent. You do have sidewalks in front of these homes to kind of walk around. But any type of community pool or playgrounds, parks, pavilions, fire pits, none of that. I mean, I feel like they could have just put a bench. I mean, just one bench. Just one bench along the walking trail or the sidewalk would have been nice. Maybe they'll add that later, but from just driving around the neighborhood, the amenities are bleak in here, and also there's no other parks around this neighborhood too. I could understand if you have a neighborhood that doesn't have a park within it, because bordering the community is a huge city park that you find with some of the communities around Prosper, but not with this one. So I do think it's missing kind of like that playground, especially when you're buying like $1 million or a $1.2 million house. Some of the other neighborhoods around here are going to have that and provide that. I feel like this is one of the only neighborhoods in this section over on this east side that doesn't have some type of playground or amenity center with it. The commute times out of here down to Dallas is going to be 50 minutes. Frisco is going to be 15 to 20 minutes away. The DFW airport is going to be 40 minutes away. Fort Worth is going to be 1 hour away. The nearest hospital is going to be 15 minutes away, located over in Frisco, and the nearest grocery store is 5 minutes away. So commute times to get over into things around Prosper, really easy. You're off 380, you're off First Street, so getting down to downtown Prosper, all those types of things, like 10 minutes away, not too far. You are on the far east side of Prosper, so you are further from things compared to some other communities, but really not too bad, because you can hop on Custer Road down to 380, and then you're kind of out of the way of traffic. So you can kind of skirt around most of the traffic that comes with Prosper off First Street or Preston Road. So if I had to break down the pros and cons, I think easy access to 380, that is a pro. Close to the gates of Prosper in Preston Road, you're not too far away from that. You're like 5 to 10 minutes away from that road, and also down to the gates of Prosper. You have also large lot sizes in here. So you have those 85, 76 foot lots, and the backyards look pretty decent. Not all the backyards are great, but driving around, some of them did look pretty good. I think for most people, they're gonna be okay with these backyards. Just kind of depends on the lots. Once again, around the perimeter of the neighborhood though, you do have wrought iron fencing. So you're not gonna get the privacy on the backyard if you're looking at homes that are around the perimeter. And also the homes that are on the perimeter on the east and west side border up towards a different community. So the homes that are over on the west side, those are going to border the new development Wandering Creek by Toll Brothers with Lakewood. And then over on the east side, some of those homes are going to border up against the kind of the retirement community over here called Ladera. So you have two neighborhoods that are new construction bordering up with this community. But if I kind of had to pick some of the lots in here, I'd maybe go with some of the corner lots, interior lots, and maybe some of the north-facing ones. I personally don't like having a wrought iron fence on the backyard, especially if I'm paying $1 million. I'd like some privacy, so maybe go for something that's more of an interior lot in here. And then I guess another pro I can kind of add on is that you have a lower cost HOA, but it's, you know, there's a reason for that. You're not getting anything really with the HOA. Cons within here, I'm not really familiar with the builder. I wasn't too impressed by what they were kind of doing marketing-wise on their website. I am always cautious at the end of the day. I think this goes with other builders too. I've had other people, and I don't want to compare this builder with other builders, but going around, it did kind of remind me of like a First Texas home. But that being said, the marketing with First Texas is a lot better, and they have a big background in social media presence. But with this builder, I'm always cautious about builders that don't have a big online presence and don't have that good of a website. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'm always cautious of those things. I wish they kind of stepped up their game. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. And just comparing it kind of with the neighborhood, you know, across the street that's doing new construction. Over there, you can do like a Shattuck home. That's gonna have better build out, better finishes in my opinion. And that's gonna be at like $899,000 for 3,300 square foot. Or you can come over here for a 5-bed, 3,500 square feet on like a 76-foot lot at $849,000. So $50,000 less than what's going on over at Lakewood. Now with Lakewood, you do get more amenities. It is better curb appeal with the homes in my opinion. opinion, but that just kind of shows you. So that's why I say when I look at these price points, it kind of reminds me of like the price points of like First Texas homes in here and kind of the lot sizes. I think maybe a con and maybe a pro, depending how you look at it, is that this is a smaller community. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more tight knit, this one's going to provide that. If you're trying to go for like a bigger community where a bunch of kids are running around, maybe you've got a young kid, you kind of want them to be around a bunch of friends, maybe this option isn't the best. Maybe some other ones that have more homes within them. There's probably like less than 100 homes that are going to get built within here, so not really a big community. And I think that's going to do it for the most part on the pros and cons with this Malabar Hill neighborhood. If you guys have any other questions about building over in Prosper, Texas, or maybe you have more questions about this specific community, please let me know down in the comment section or send me a text or give me a call. I have all my information down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.